Okay, we're back with the same program we've been creating throughout module 3, with the loan application. And what we want to do here now is use various string formatting methods to uh, make this a little bit more efficient, particularly in the dialog boxes. If you look down here, and if you remember, and I pointed out that it was only showing one decimal place or 1 point of precision when it came to displaying the dollar sign, and that's sort of annoying and not really seemly. So there are better ways to do that, and also let's add some detail to the why you're either qualified or not qualified. And so what we're going to do here is add another double um, double variable, and we'll call that annual income. We'll call that annual income here. All right, and we'll get to that later. We'll use this variable a little bit later. So let's fix the precision here. So if you look at the end of the lesson 3.10, displaying formatted output with system out and for a string format, we're going to use the string format method to 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 change the dialog boxes. And how we do that is we'll erase this the down payment line here, right? And something particular. So if you remember, if you look in the 3.10, it tells you about how to format the strings, and you have to use a you actually have to use a percent sign to sort of to call the format specifier. And so we're going to use format specifiers, right? So if you remember, it's the basic one is basically percent %f or percent %f, right? But if you notice, um, we're using a percent here and the percent sign, so that's not going to work. That's not going to work at all. Because what it's going to do is going to flag is if we use, and we'll go ahead and use this method. If we type in string that format here, first we need to fix the parentheses here. And so if we use string that format, it throws up an error saying, hey, you're using percent in 2 different areas. So we just got to spell percent here, which is a bit of a weird oddity. So as you know, uh, uh, the percent sign calls down calls the compiler's attention to, hey, um, we're going to use a format specifier, right? So um, you have to keep in mind that that's what the compiler is looking for. And then if you want to get it to format the the number that or the string that you want to be printed in a certain way, if you want to print it in a way we normally see currency, you want to have a comma. So put a comma there, and then you want to see a decimal place. We want to do a two two uh, two places of precision, and actually the F is right here, is at towards the end. So all these all these additional pieces of information is just giving you precision. It's giving you uh, a what how you want to format it with the with the comma, and telling you it's a flow, right? So if you go through this again, the percent sign, well, we're just putting the dollar sign adjacent to it, and because what we want it to display. We want to display the number in dollars. But then the compiler is called when you call you throw the percent sign. You tell it you want it in a comma, so it's a flag, um, and that's just that. All that does is tell the compiler uh, a variety of ways that you want to format the string. You want a level of precision, so we know that currency is always a floating point number. So we want 2 levels of precision. So they have a tenth and a hundredth position, and it's a float. Uh, so, and we'll do this for each one of these, and I'm not going to belabor the point and have you watch me copy and paste these. All right, so we're back now, and I've copy and paste these, and I've put 5, 10, and 20%. And something we're missing here with in the argument is, so you have to have what the string should look like, or what the placeholder basically placeholder what the string should look like, and then you should have another piece of argument, the loan amount. So basically, it would be down payment, and we want to put the down payment. And basically, what this does, it down payment amount. That's down payment is the boolean, but down payment amount is the actual double that we want to use. So down payment amount is going to be formatted by this format specifier and replace this data with, or these characters with the numbers we want. And we're going to do that in all of these, all 3 of these in the switch statement. All right, so now that we have that completed, we want to go down here, and we want to finally use that annual income we totaled, because what we want to do is tell the user, congratulations, you qualified because your annual income was X amount and your debt to income ratio was this amount. And we're going to specify those two. We're going to use a format specifier to input that into the string, and then on the last part, we want to put sorry, you don't qualify because your DTI is this. All right, so let's go ahead and just make a simple equation. And annual income is equal to 12 times total income, right? And what that means is we can actually just replace this 12 times total income and just type in annual income, right? But that's just a side benefit of creating that variable. We could have just done that to begin with anyway. But we want to say here, congratulations, you qualify because your annual income is, and we want to again use a percent sign, or we'll put a $ percent sign, and then comma .2 f. Again, it's showing that it's the same as up here in the down payment area. And then we're going to say, and your DTI is, and then we're going to put in we don't need a $ since the debt to income ratio is just it is either decimal place or a percentage. We're going to say here it's we'll say it's a ratio percent decimal, so we'll just format it as a decimal. So let's put again percent sign, and then we want to put down a .2f, since that's all we need, and we can actually put an exclamation point again, since that means nothing in for the format specifier, so it's fine. And again, we're going to need arguments. So and the arguments go in order. So we'll use annual income here, and then we'll need we'll also put debt to income here, and then we need another parentheses to close out this string that format. And let me widen up this this work area so we can all see this. There, so that clears out that error. And so now we can do the same down here. We can say string.format, and we want to, again, let's add another parentheses so we equal out the parentheses. Sorry, you do not qualify. Your DTI is and we'll use the percent sign 0.2f, and that's it. We could just leave it at that. So again, we'll just close out this parentheses and put in the argument debt to income. All right. So basically, with this first string format, the annual income corresponds to this statement, and then debt to income corresponds to this statement, right? Just like in the book. And we'll go ahead and try to run this program. Then, and we'll say again, you make $600 a month. You pay your monthly payment on debts are $500 a month. We want to borrow another $8,000, and it's true. We do want to put a down payment, and we'll say we want to put 5% down. And here you can see, along corresponds to this little piece of code. It formatted this $400 and put a precision of 2 decimal places, and we'll do another another example where we can see the see the commas. And congratulations, your annual income is $7,200 a year, and your DTI is 0.3. Okay, well, it's not a great DTI, but qualify. So that concludes our practice here with if statements, if else statements, cases, switch statements, and string formatting.